There we are.
There we are.
Oh, I can't see you.
We gotta.
Whoops, too far. There we go.
You gotta work on that the fade, man.
Christy's watching.
Hey, hello.
Behave yourself.
Wife of partner. We
Christy,
love you.
I got something cool to tell you later on. He just told me something off camera that is really cool.
Actually, if you watch, you might catch a bit of it.
Oh, that's true. Something. Yeah, we are going to talk about it. Okay, yeah. So stay on there. All right. Did you share it?
Can I lead the show with something? Can I beat you to something?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, welcome to Under Contract with Luke and Rory. Yay. This is episode number 6. I can't believe we've been doing this for 6 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with our time.
It is a rainy day today outside, so that's why we are back inside here at our favorite hangout. Did the mayor leave already?
He did.
Yeah, the mayor left, so unfortunately the mayor's not going to join us today. But yes, go ahead and start the show off. Uh-oh.
Ryan. Happy birthday. I'm sure your dad already got you this morning, but I wanted to start off and say happy birthday, buddy.
So are you actually saying happy birthday to my son, Ryan, or are you saying happy birthday to me, who I thought I was Ryan the other day?
Yeah, that's a good point. You saw that goof up. No, happy birthday to Ryan Pitts, your son, Ryan, who is a whopping 13 today.
He's a teenager.
We had to show with that, right? We had to start with that.
Oh my gosh.
A teenager.
I can't believe the boy is a teenager.
So this weekend, Rory's going to take him into the woods, and they're going to have a vision quest, kill a wild boar, and Ryan will become a man. You didn't know this was coming, Ryan, but surprise.
Yeah, surprise. Everybody gets to have something special done on their 13th birthday.
Yeah, this is what you get to do. So your sisters and brothers got to go to games and out for lunch and stuff. You get to live off the land.
You get to go kill a wild bear, eat its warm heart.
Last of the Mohican style.
You're gonna be a man, boy.
No, for real. Happy birthday. So.
Ryan might be watching. Ryan is watching.
Yay!
So happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
We've been telling everybody about your birthday this morning. Everybody's excited about your birthday.
Yep.
Even the people behind us are excited about your birthday.
People that are looking at us funny. Yeah. So, anywho, cheers to you, my friend.
Happy
Have a great
birthday,
day.
buddy. We'll see you a little bit later on. He's getting lasagna for dinner.
Oh.
He wants lasagna for dinner?
I'm coming.
The boy wants lasagna, give him lasagna.
The garlic bread, I'll be fine. All right, cool. Let's roll on. So, hey, thanks for joining us. If you do get on here, say hi. Say something along the bottom there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and ask questions if you want. Tell us we're funny looking. We know that.
Yeah.
Interact.
Oh, we got 2 people on here now.
Yes.
So Christy and someone else is on here.
Fandom.
All right.
Christy, and it's probably Christy on like the computer or her phone. So
Ryan, send us a question. If you've got a question, buddy, send us a question.
Oh, joke of the day. Let's start with joke of the day.
Start with joke of the day.
Lainey, not to be outdone by her sister who had joke of the day last week, sent me an awesome joke that only a 9-year-old would have, right? You ready for it?
All right, bring it.
So a weasel walks into a bar. He pulls up, into the bar, and the bartender says, "Man, I've never had a weasel in here. What do I serve a weasel?" "Pop," goes the weasel.
Oh my gosh. That is and that's the 9-year-old joke of the week.
I love it.
You go.
I love it. The funny thing about that joke is that if you're a 9-year-old, it's like immediate sense. Me, it was like a second. I was like, oh. She's looking at me, waiting for me to get it. Pop goes the weasel.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Us old guys, it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, indeed. So hey, again, thanks for watching. We're down here at Anthem, having a good time, and
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share this over on another group. I'm going to share this to a page.
Share it.
I think I can. Let's see.
Share it.
Let's see. It may just be only be to one. Oh, it is to only one of our pages. Let me see.
So
share in a group. That's what.
If you have, if you have questions, fire them at us. Fire them at us. We're going to get rolling here. We got a couple of real estate questions come in this week that are good, I think.
Yeah.
And that are applicable, and also some cool sporting and life questions. That's what we're all about. We're all about the full picture, right?
Absolutely. All right. I just put that in one of our groups there.
I guarantee you no one watches us to hear about real estate, but that's all right.
No.
They're just waiting for a goof up is what they're like.
Brandon
Diaz.
Up,
B. Diaz? Your title guy.
Dude, we actually,
What's up,
what?
brother?
I want to talk to you because we have to talk to Brandon. Oh, and by the way, Brandon's on here right now. Brandon, what does he owe us? Go ahead, put it in the comments below. Go ahead, Brandon. Put it in the comments below. What does this guy
If I had
owe
a
us?
nickel for every time someone told me that. You owe me. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so let's...
Good morning, Kimberly. Good to see you on here.
Hey, hi, Kim.
I bet it's not snowing out in Shelton today.
Thanks for joining us. Oh, yeah, she's out in Shelton.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Lunch!
Ah.
You owe us lunch! Do you remember that?
No, what was it for?
We were all supposed to meet last year at the Ram, and you had something come up at the last
Oh,
moment.
that's
And so we took a picture and sent it to you.
That's right.
Bella liked your joke.
Yay! That's right, Bella. That's right.
He's all about entertaining the 9 and 10-year-olds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll have to tell Lainey you appreciated it when you see her. So.
All right, we'll talk a little bit of real estate real quick, because I mean this is on our real estate page.
Sure.
All right, so we got one question that came in this week, which actually we didn't have too many questions that come in this week, but this one, and if you guys got questions, drop them in here. We'll get to them.
Probably because I'm constantly answering questions.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to break you on that a little bit.
Save it for the
Let's
show.
see. Fred and Lacey says, what happens when an appraisal comes in lower than our offer?
Okay, so he's the buyer.
Yep.
What happens in appraisal? It's a good question. You want to tackle it?
I'm still a little sensitive.
Rory had some fun with this week.
It's funny that this question came in because we ran into this exact thing this week.
Yeah, this actually came in, I think, before it popped up, too. So, look, for those of you who have bought and sold a house or have asked us this question before, there's basically 2 inspections, right? There's the inspection you run,
Right.
and then there's the appraisal that is basically the inspection and the value for the bank to make sure they're going to loan on the property. So we'll use just round numbers. Say you're in contract with the property at $300,000, and the appraisal comes in at $280,000. Okay, so there's a $20,000 disparity. That means the bank is only going to loan on that $280,000. So different things can happen. One, and what behooves you the most, right, is the seller just got to lower the price of the property.
Right.
And as the buyer, that's what you should try to push for. Because, they might try to threaten with, well, we'll just take it back to market. It doesn't do them any good because that appraisal is still sitting there, and it's good for 6 months. So, I think it's 6 months, yeah. So, if it get in contract with somebody else at $290 or $300 or $310 or whatever it is, that appraisal is still going to be sitting out there.
Right.
And so, now, if you love a house, absolutely adore a house, and you're like, dude, this is my forever house. There are times where it's worth it to try to work something out in the middle where you could say, okay, it was $280, some random uncle that I'd never met before just passed away and left me a bunch of money, so I'm going to, there's a good question from Kimberly. So,
cool.
I'm going to take an extra $10,000 and meet in the middle at $290 and put it down. It's not, some people think that's a horrible thing to do. I don't think it's a horrible thing to do. If it's just an investment property, don't do it. If it's a house you're going to raise your kids in, you're going to be there for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, it's really not that big of a deal to get in the house to do that. So that's what happens. The value ultimately of the property has to come down. Now, in the last year with the seller's market, there have been a lot of offers that basically waive the appraisal. So they say, we don't care what the appraisal says, we're going to pay this much. And when you sign that document, what you're saying is that if you're in contract at $300 and that appraisal comes in at $275, you're going to bridge that gap with an extra $25,000 in cash. Be careful about that. If you're working with, if you're not working with us and you're out there looking at a house, make sure. Hey, Megan. Good to have you on here. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to talk about you in a little bit here too.
Uh-oh.
No,
I
it's
heard
all
what he's
good.
going to talk about.
It's all good.
I can't believe you did that. Yeah, so then you got to bridge that gap. And so just be careful, be cognizant of that and when you're out there doing offers.
Yeah.
Moving along. All right, so let's hit this question that we got.
Well, yeah. I want to go back to the Redfin question here
from Kim.
And so this is a great question. So to kind of coincide with what Luke was saying about the appraisals, we had this happen this week. And we had a situation where the offer was a certain price, the appraisal came in quite a bit lower than we expected, and we were able to work through it together. And the nice thing is and this kind of goes along with what we talked about 2 weeks ago, is that when you've got agents that get it, that are trying to find a beneficial solution for everybody, they understand that, hey, listen, our client is going to have to bite the bullet on this. We also would like to have your client bite the bullet on it a little bit too, or feel a little bit of pain. And that's if, again, it goes back to if they really love the house, then they'll be able to do that. But if they don't, then, the scenarios you said, go back on the market, blah, blah, blah. With that said, going into Kimberly's question is how accurate are those prices on Zillow and Redfin and sites like that? Well, here's what we can tell you. I pulled up the property that we're talking about that had the low appraisal. Look at what the Zestimate is.
Yeah.
The Zestimate is right around the contract price.
The Zestimate is literally, well, the Zestimate is $1,000 higher than what our contract price was, and the appraisal came back $17,000 below what our contract price was. Isn't that right? $17,000 about? So a little under $17,000. So they're tough. And I don't know, my experience I think has been that they're more accurate, or they're closer to being accurate in suburban, urban, whatever areas than they are in rural areas, because it's much tougher to find comparative. They're running off matrices and system stuff.
All it is just data. That's all it is.
It's a computer spitting out numbers. So, which is why there's appraisers, which is why there's realtors, which is why there's people that actually go out and put value on homes. The further you get out, the harder it is to find comparable listings or homes that have sold to give you a fair market value. So they get more. I've had them off by literally like $100,000.
Oh my word!
The further you get out, you get out. You're looking at a 20-acre equestrian property, and it's listed at both ways. It's listed at 500, and I've seen estimates as high as almost 600 on that 500, and as low as like 400. It's harder the further you go out. So So what about assessed value versus actual value?
Ooh, let me touch on what you just said real quick.
Yeah.
Something else to keep in mind is when we do our comparable analysis, when we do our CMAs, we do the best that we can based off of what we know about that house and what we take a look at what is sold in the area, and we also try to take into consideration the market. Hey, good morning, Katie. Good to see you on here. Katie's buying the home in Raymond.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Beautiful views. We're coming over.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. And so we also try to take in consideration how the market is doing. And so when you price a house to put it on the market, you're thinking about what is an appraiser going to go with, and also what is the market doing. And sometimes we hit it dead on.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get an appraiser that comes in and just is a maverick.
Yeah, she is.
I don't mean to use your son's name in a derogatory way, but we got some appraisers out there.
No, it's all right. He puts a spin on it every day. I've had that happen. Remember I told you the story about the one up in Camino Island?
Yeah.
Where the other agent and I was with the buyer's agent, and the listing agent and I came to a price we thought was really one of my favorite deals to do, and we came to a real collaborative idea of what the value was, and my buyers were excited. It's a dream house. We're in contract. Appraiser comes back like $25,000 below what we were at. Now, I've been doing this a while. I'm pretty prideful that I know what I'm doing, and the agent that I was working with had been in the business twice as long as I have. She'd been in well over 20 years, and she, not only was she been in it that long, she was a designated broker. She owned her own brokerage. She knows what she's doing, and we literally asked for an exception. We provided all these other homes to show why we thought it was, and
which is something we didn't mention.
Yeah,
you can fight the appraisal too.
It doesn't always do that much good. It's tough.
Which is what you guys did on this Camino Island home.
Yeah, we did, and unfortunately, there was some severe, to use the word maverick. He was. Not only was he maverick, he was completely unprofessional, and so we got him fired in the long run. I don't want to say that, but I mean, we made a point to let the lending institution know what was going on, and they saw what he had done, and it was some unprofessional things directed at myself and the other agent.
So basically, you and the agent sent over information and said, "Hey, here's why we think it's actually worth this," and he came back and said,
"You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you have no idea."
Yeah, and left it.
What I said is gospel. You're going to go with it.
Yeah. But the good thing was my buyers loved the property. They trusted me, and they trusted the other agent on the value and what it was going to do for them in the long run. And so they said, "Look, we're $25,000 off." They came to me and said, "We're willing to go and bring half of that to the table if they're willing to come down." So that's what we did. They brought an extra 12.5 to the table. We met in the middle. The sellers were happy with that. We weren't really all happy about it. Right. We were happy that we all could come to a solution for it.
Right, so, and ultimately that's the ultimate goal. Ultimately, that's the ultimate goal. I like that for
ultimately that's the ultimate goal. All right, Megan, assessed value versus actual value. Do you want to hit it?
You know what? Go ahead.
All right, assessed value, basically in quick, tight words. The assessed value is the valuation placed on your property by like a public tax assessor for tax purposes. So the county, what they say it's worth, so they can tax you on. Actual value is market value. Is what it is deemed worth by a buyer and a seller on the actual market. So, and there is a difference. There's a big difference, especially right now. Again, with the appraisers, you could see very high assessed value compared to actual value, or low. You know, and again, that is something you can fight. So I had 4 or 5 clients that I've helped in the last 4 or 5 years who called me last year and said, "Oh my gosh, our value went up $100,000, which means their taxes went up a lot."
Right.
And they can fight it. So they asked me to help them, and I provided like some comps to them, but I did it with the preface of letting them know that they're probably right. And it's one of those. How much higher is it typically? Ooh. But anyway, I told them it's a good and it's a bad thing, right? It's bad because you got to pay more taxes. It's good because you got more equity. I mean, really, your house has gone up that much. So, how much higher is it typically? Megan, if you have a solid answer to that, chime in, because I've seen it all over the board.
You know what? I'll go in. Let me pull something up real quick, just give a rough idea.
And especially being in 10 different counties this last year, I've seen it drastically different in one county to the next.
You know, and we've got a listing out in Grace Harbor, and the tax assessor actually says it's worth more than the market value. We actually have it on the market for less than the tax assessor, just because it has not moved. We actually at one point had it above the tax assessor's value, and it just had no activity whatsoever.
Actual value just comes down to what someone's willing to pay.
Yeah. That, you know what? That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Is what will somebody pay? So I'm gonna pull up my old house.
It's kind of quiet down in here.
I know. That's okay. That's okay. We go
okay. Me too. I just get that question a lot. I wasn't sure if there's. No, there's. I don't think so, Megan. I think it's really county to county. I'm sure you do loans in many different counties. So
Yeah, I want to pull this up real quick. This is our old house, so that way I can look it up real quick. All right.
And look, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I think the county's always going to be high because they want more of their tax dollars.
Okay, so what they say for our old house, 273,500. This is not accurate. I can tell you because we used to live there. That's not accurate.
What do you think it is? I mean, you think that's low or high?
And that's the other thing too, is when they assess these homes, they don't. It's kind of like Zillow.
I think it's low.
You think this is too low?
A little bit.
I think in the current condition of the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like Zillow in that sense of they don't know the current condition of the house. I'm not saying the house is a dump, but it needs some upgrades.
It needs a little TLC.
Right. Now, there's a couple other houses in that old neighborhood we used to live in that have gone for 290, 300. That's a little bit closer. So really, there is no right or wrong answer to Megan's question.
Into the story, I'll tell you, if you see if any of you watching and you ever need help with this, if you think your tax assessment is too high and you want to challenge, you can challenge the county. You just got to provide some proof. Reach out to us. We'd be glad to pull some comps for you and send them over, and you can.
Take a look at this. The last time the county actually went out to our house and did a physical inspection.
3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so now they're just kind of going off of the data of sold in the neighborhood.
So, so if you're ever challenging, like this year I wanted to challenge because I got our taxes and it went up. And then so I'm like, I'm going to challenge it. So I got on and I started, and then I was like, dang it. They might be low, and I don't want to tip them off. So I stayed quiet. But if you ever want help, if you think, let shoot one of us a text or an email or whatever, and we'll gladly pull some comps.
It's funny you mention that. We've had a client in the past where it's a 4-bedroom, all intents and purposes, a 4-bedroom house, and the county sees it as
like
3-bedroom.
Every other client,
Yeah, and so they said, well, what should we do about this? And I said, well, do you like paying taxes on a 3-bedroom house? Or would you like to pay taxes on a 4-bedroom house? I know physically it's 4-bedroom, but if the county sees it as 3.
So essentially, and that's funny with the whole tax. So that what happens is apparently, and next week I think we're going to have a guest on, Jeremiah Gunya.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, from A Advanced Septics. We know it's it's kind of a crappy topic. Unintended.
Who's writing your material, lady?
But yes, but no, she's way better than me. But it's a necessary topic, and it's necessary for the health and safety of your family,
are huge,
and the environment, which is a big deal. So We're going to have Jeremiah, I think, Gunya on next week, maybe Aaron as well from Advanced Septic. So we're going to talk about this. But I've been, basically the general consensus is that a 4-bedroom septic is way more expensive than a 3-bedroom septic. So people like to just put a 3-bedroom septic on, basically show the plans for a third bedroom, and then at the end add a closet into what they call the den. And now it's a 4-bedroom, but it still is recognized in the county as a 3-bedroom. So you can't market it as a 4-bedroom, but you can be creative about it.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out the den with the
that'd
extra
be good.
storage.
That'd be good to ask them those questions. And if you guys have crappy questions you want to ask us too,
Bar quiz.
Bar quiz is on here.
Hey, we gotta get Kevin on, dude.
Oh yeah, Kevin's already
Next
told me.
Thursday.
Oh yeah,
next
Kevin.
Thursday we're doing the.
But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Hold
Kevin,
on.
we're gonna have
Hold
you
on.
on.
We got something to tell you about next Thursday. Kimberly says, "Can you overdevelop your home within the area?"
Can you overdevelop?
What do you mean, Kim?
Yeah, give me a little more.
Yeah, share a little bit more. While Kim's going to share a little bit more, aloha.
Don't be in Hawaii right now.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He says to me yesterday.
Sending me emails last night about sign your insurance documents from a beach in Maui. We could not be
He
friends.
would do that.
I know he
He's
would.
the kind of guy that would do that.
I do the same thing. I'm on vacation and I'm like.
Which my brother's not watching right now, but that guy.
I wish he would. We're not friends anymore.
That guy.
He's on a roll right now.
Guy, yeah.
He's
That
on a
guy's
roll.
living La Vida Loca right now.
And we're happy for him, but we're not.
Yeah.
We'd be more happy for him if we were with him. All right, let's move on.
Okay, so while she's
yes.
clarifying that, another question came in this past week. How long will it take us to sell our home? Michelle and Puyallup.
I'm glad you brought that up, Michelle and Puyallup, because I have stats right in front of me. Someone asked me this yesterday. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was on the road, and I couldn't look, and I knew this guy was in the office, and I called him and said, give me the data. So we pulled it up.
Which is really cool. I'll show you after the show where to find that.
Yeah.
But the data stunned me.
So I have it right here. I have a list of it. And I have something to say about this. So here's the stats. Pierce County, where's she at?
She's Puyallup.
Puyallup, so yeah. So Pierce County, average time on the market is 13 days. King County, 8 days. Thurston, 14 days. Statewide, the average is 12 days on the market. That being said, my personal opinion is it's really not even that long.
Now, what does that mean on the market?
That is basically, so once your house is on the market, there's phases. It starts as active, then it goes to pending inspection, then pending, and then sold. Right?
Okay.
I mean, there's other things that can happen, contingencies and all that, but
Rick,
simple.
Anthony, good morning, Anthony.
What's up, fellas? So where was I going with this? Oh, so the days on the market, 14 in Pierce County, that's from when it goes active to when it goes pending inspection. So everyone's in neutral. That being said, I think that it's less than that, but there's no data to support it. The reason I say that is that, like for instance, on one of our houses recently, we had it on the market on Thursday.
Yeah.
We were in contract by Saturday, so 2 days. I mean, we were in mutual agreement, but it took probably another 3 days to work out the fine details. So really, it looked like it was like 5 days by the time we were done.
Right.
So that throws your averages up. I think that probably especially in the suburban areas, the pending status.
I will tell you a story here as soon as you finish up.
Okay.
That is, yes.
So I think it's less than that. So like Pierce County, 14 days. I would say your real average, if you could reach inside the minds of all of us, is probably closer to a week or a week and a half. That you're already in agreement. You're just working out the details before everything's finally inked and switched.
So let me ask you this before we have the story about Katie.
Okay.
Is say it goes pending inspection, the inspection doesn't go good, and the sellers put it back on the market. Does it include all that time that it's been in that status of pending inspection? So if it was 4 days before it went pending inspection.
Keys, I thought someone broke something.
I know, I thought so too. So if it's 4 days, goes pending inspection, and then another 10 days, and it comes back on the market, is that 14 days on the market?
No, you're back to 4 days.
So you're back to 4 days, so that first day you put it back to active again, that's day 5.
Technically, it's cumulative. Yeah, it's cumulative days on market, day 5.
So that's a little
misleading.
Yeah, it's a little misleading.
The other part of it is that you used to be able to, in this state, you used to be able to, in order to refresh things, which was cheating. This is like 10 years ago. But so I had a house on the market for say it was on the market for 4 months.
Okay.
And I'm like, so now it's kind of stale. I take it off. Ichiro. We're talking about it, Anthony. We're talking about Ichiro. We're going to talk about it, okay? All right, anyway. you could take it off for a week and then put it back on the market, and it would show brand new cumulative days on market one day.
Oh,
Technically, it's been
man.
on the market for like 5 months, 4 months, but it was one day. They changed the rules now. It's say you have it on the market for 4 months, it goes off for a week and comes back on. You're picking back up at that 4 month mark. So if it's been 120 days, now you're on 121 until it's been off the market for 6 months. After 6 months being off the market, it'll reset. Honestly, much better way to do it.
Oh yeah.
It's more fair and it's more truthful and honest, which we're all about, truth and honesty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So go back to what Katie was saying, pending status. And I've had, I think the Watson family also told me this too. So as much as we kind of...
Gotta get back to work later. Oh, Briggs.
All right, man.
Watch
All right.
later.
I'm going to talk to you soon, buddy.
Ichiro.
So one of the things, I think that is Kaylee's music.
What's up, Melissa?
That's okay.
Hey, Kimberly, let's chat later.
Yeah, definitely.
Rory will give you a shout.
I think that is Kaylee's music teacher right there.
Hi, Kayla's music teacher.
I think that is. I think it's Renee. She's got a beautiful voice. She sounds like a Disney
You're on a
princess.
first name basis.
Yes. She sounds like she's in our we're sending her a calendar.
Okay.
Yeah. So to Katie's question, or Katie's point, and the Watson family also said this to me too, and you probably have had this happen before, where they'll come up to me.
And it must have like a yoga marathon down there.
Oh yeah, I think it's
downtown Brew.
Well, it's International Women's Day, so I think all
Is it
the
really?
women, yeah, I think all the women are getting roses today.
Happy International Women's Day, women.
Yep.
We love
So,
you.
Katie says
Especially
to me the
our
other day,
wives.
she says, "You want to know something?" I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You see that pending on Zillow?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "That's our pending. We're the ones that did that."
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so as soon as we change the status in MLS, it'll get changed in Zillow.
Yeah.
And the Watson family said that to me before, and Katie said that to me there. She's like, I saw that pending status on there, and I went, we did that. That's our pending status.
Way to contribute. Way to be a part of the process.
Melissa's brother, Richard, works for an inspection company out in Kitsap County.
I love Richard.
She sent me a message yesterday, so I'll pass along that information to you.
Okay.
But yeah, if we got some opportunities out there, because I asked, I said, does he go anywhere besides Kitsap, just mainly Kitsap area? And she said, yeah, just out there. So he might be a resource for us out there too.
Man, I haven't seen Richard in a long time. That'd be cool. Reconnect.
I make fun of the fact that I knew you when you were a little squirt. I knew Richard when he was like probably a little bit older than Maverick.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
My boy.
And now he's got a family and
Isn't it crazy?
going
man?
bald like his dad.
It's great.
I love
That's
Al.
true.
I love Al.
No,
so
let me
much.
tell you about Al. Melissa, I hope you're watching. Honestly, I hope you're still watching. Let me tell you about Al. I honestly love Al with every bit of my soul. Like, and I'm not like I cannot exaggerate that enough. As a kid growing up in that community and playing basketball in that community, and I'd go to old man's gym on Sunday night and shoot on the side until enough of the old men had left that they'd let me in, and Al would always let me in. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. Al was one of the most supportive people I've ever had in my life, and for no reason other than I was a young man and he was a great dude who mentored kids and you know and loves people.
Yep.
I saw him for the first time in a long time, a year and a half ago, at a memorial, and I just let me get my arms around him, man. I love your dad.
Yep.
So
He's
please
always had a great heart.
tell him that Luke says hi, that he loves him. I hope he's doing well.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Dell, thanks for joining us, Dell. I shared this on the Snap Pack, so we might get a couple Snap Packers in here watching us. Yep. Hashtag Snap Pack. All right, where
We
we
love
at
the
now?
snapback. Dude, let's move on to some GQs.
Oh, that question.
General questions.
Dude, Mike wants to stoke the fires here. So Mike from Spanaway. Not even a question, more of statements. Okay, Mike. Oh, Mike, I don't know
I
if
think he
you're
just
on
wants
here
us
yet,
to
Mike.
talk. Yeah, I don't know. Mike, are you here? Thanks, I'll pass it along. Love my dad.
Yep.
As you should. You're very blessed to have him. So,
Yep.
yeah. Cool.
That's a true story.
Yeah. Al is wonderful.
Bennett is gone, so Michael Bennett's gone. Sherman is heading out soon! Exclamation points here.
Supposedly. You'll see.
No Graham. WTF are the Seahawks doing?
What's WTF mean?
Way to fight?
I mean, I know what I think it means.
What the frick?
Yeah.
A family show. What the frick?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. I think I have a different. I have a slightly skewed thought on the Bennett thing.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Because I think you do have a little bit of a different idea
Right.
on it. So here's my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. I'll get more in depth with Anthony probably here next month. I think Anthony and I are going to sit down and do a special Thursday morning quarterback.
That'd be cool.
Right around draft time.
Yeah, you should.
So, and I still owe him a steak dinner. The son of a gun decided to beat me in the contest this year.
Good for him.
Yeah, he had me whooped, like by 10 games.
Good job, Anthony.
And if Anthony's watching this, he's probably just laughing right now. He's like, yep, I whooped that kid. I whooped that cougar. Shut up. So Bennett's
It's all
gone.
part of it. Go Sounders. Yeah, boy.
Bennett is gone, and you know what? I'm okay with that. And here's why I'm okay with that. And it's not so much the off-the-field stuff, because as much as it could be a distraction, and it was a distraction for some people, at the end of the day, what are you doing on the field? And I'm not going to get into a big race relations topic here, but the only thing that I cared about on the field was, are those 53 guys all going towards the same goal of getting to the Super Bowl? That's all I care about. You do what you want off the field. You want to be a vegan basket weaving naturalist, or you want whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, that whatever. What are you doing on the field? And my concern is that Michael Bennett is going to lose a step. And listening to Brock and Salk this morning, they were talking about how he's now going to have less playing time in Philadelphia, which is going to help prolong his career.
Yeah.
And in Seattle, we needed him to be more of a primary piece.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, he's got a chance to possibly go to the Super Bowl again this year.
Yep.
And they're going to use him in such a way that he's going to be fresh throughout the entire season. So he doesn't fit for what the Seahawks are trying to do moving forward, and it's a good fit for him in Philly. So it's one of those things where it's like the Seahawks actually threw him a bone and did him a favor and said, hey, you know what? Thank you for everything you've done for us. Let's see what we can do to put you in a good situation. Because he could have gone to Atlanta, and it would have been an okay situation.
Yeah.
But I think Philly's the better situation for him. So that's how I feel about Bennett. He needed to go because there has to be a youth movement.
So, yeah.
And so, let me touch on Sherman real quick. I kind of feel the same way about Sherman. I love Richard Sherman. I love what he's been for the Seahawks for the last 5-6 years. My concern is that as a cornerback, you get paid based off of your speed. You have to be able to get to the receivers. You have to be able to, you also have to knock down the ball. You have to intercept the ball. You have to do those kind of things. But your speed, and if you don't have that speed there, that is a concern. And with
He's never had the speed there, though.
With his torn Achilles that's getting repaired, or getting healed,
Even off more, yeah.
his bone spurs, those are my concerns too. Plus his contract. Both Bennett and Sherman have big contracts, which they've earned. It's not. I'm not disparaging these guys. These guys have earned their contract, but at the same time, when you have a team that's successful like this, you're going to run into those problems of ego, high contracts. Whereas when these guys were all young, off their first or second year of a rookie, second year of a rookie contract, they're hungry. They want to go after it, and so you need that youth movement.
Yeah.
And then with Jimmy Graham, I'm okay with that because they didn't utilize Jimmy Graham in the ways that they should have when he was here.
Yeah.
And I think they missed some prime years of his playing time. And now that he's possibly looking at Baltimore, New Orleans, other places,
I think Baltimore's a bad move for him.
I think so too. I think he should probably go back to New Orleans, play with Drew Brees, and just finish your career there because they're going to love him. New Orleans is going to love him. Yeah. I'm sad that the Seahawks could not utilize him the way that they should have.
So the problem is...
So there's my 2 cents. Now let this guy jump in.
I'm going to go backwards. I'll start with Graham.
Okay.
I love watching him on the field. He had some dropsies last year, but the guy's a unicorn, man. And his size, speed, athleticism, a lot of fun to watch. That being said, and I would love to have him on the team in one aspect, but he doesn't fit, and it's not his fault. He doesn't fit the MO of what Pete Carroll wants to run, the smash mouth. We tried, but now on the flip side, this year we had brought in a new offensive coordinator, right? Brian Schottenheimer.
Right.
Now, and Brian Schottenheimer is more of a, I don't want to say pass happy because he's not. I think he's balanced, but I think he's going to be a much better coordinator when it comes. Hey, Stacy. Hi, sweetie.
Stacy.
I think he's going to be a much better coordinator when it comes to the passing game and being more diversified in the passing game. So a guy like Graham could benefit in that system, and so, we'll see. That being said, dude, I think Luke Wilson is drastically underrated.
I think so too.
I remember when he first came out, and everyone was talking about how fast he was. The guy is 6'6". He's fast, he's strong, and he's a team guy. I am fine with having Luke Wilson, Nick Vanette, and picking up a real smash mouth tight end. Okay.
Yep.
Sherman.
Thanks, Kimberly. Yeah, reach out to me, whatever that question was.
We'll get to it.
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely.
As far as Sherman goes, look, it hurts, man. When you're I've been a Seahawks fan since the womb,
Yep.
and I've had the opportunity to meet him a couple times. He's a really nice guy, and I know he can be a bit divisive with how brash he is and things he has to say. The guy's been, bottom line, he's Ring of Honor, he's Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
And he's a huge reason why we have a Super Bowl. And I hope people never forget that, no matter how they may disagree with some of the things that he says. And that being said, I think what the Seahawks are doing, they're placing more value on Earl Thomas being able to go sideline to sideline than they are of Sherman being able to lock down one side. Especially with the maturation of Shaq Griffin, they feel like we would rather pay.
You take it over. I'm going to help her real quick.
Yes. Rory's helping a nice young lady get the door open here. Anyways, when he gets back, I think that the whole Sherman thing it's tough, but it might be time. If you wanted to take a pay cut, if Sherman wanted to take a pay cut, are you hearing me?
I am now.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
A Samaritan. If Sherman wanted to take a little bit of a pay cut to stay, I'd love to have him stay. But I don't think that we can afford to keep him at the $11 million hit that he's going to be, and he might still have another He might still have another 2 great years in him. He might, or 3, because he's never relied on speed. It's been about technique. But who knows?
And I think with him, real quick, is that I've heard that basically his options are the Seahawks can give him an opportunity to go out there on the free market right now, see if he can make more money on a 1-year deal, and if he just can't get what he thinks he's worth, then he can come back to the Seahawks
for a discount rate.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's the coldness of the game.
Yeah. And it's and to get to Bennett, look, this isn't look what I've done, but I was very fortunate to hang out with Michael on a couple occasions through some things, some charity stuff, and I have some cool pictures and memorabilia from him, and his wife, it was an absolute sweetheart. Her and Rachel hit it off at some of these events that I was at. I was just very blessed, and no matter what you think about his public persona, the guy truly is a wonderful guy. He'll give you a hug when he doesn't know you. He's out in the community. He wants to make people laugh and feel inclusive. And so, when you know somebody, like when you've met somebody, you've kind of known them, and it's a little bit harder. That being said, someone said this to me. My buddy Dan Matthews said this to me. We love the team before the player.
Yeah.
And end of the day, I've been a Seahawks fan since the womb. I've been a Michael Bennett fan since 2012 or 13. So I wish him nothing but the best. And like you said, he's still playing at a high level. I had his stats pulled up here that he actually tweeted out yesterday. Last year, most total pressures, sacks, most hurries, and knockdowns in the fourth quarter. He was second in the NFL. And most total pressures in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter in a one-possession game when you're trying to get to the quarterback. He was tied for third. So, he's still playing at a high level.
He sent that out?
Yeah, he tweeted it out afterwards.
That seems a little...
You got to be a self-promoter this day, right? Look at what we're doing. Says this guy as we're self-promoting. So, he's still playing at a high level. Well, he didn't tweet it out. ESPN tweeted it. He just retweeted it.
Okay.
Yeah. He didn't, put it together a spreadsheet or anything.
Okay. That's what I was... Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know what? I hope he plays. And what you said about playing time, when he first came here, the year we won the Super Bowl, he only was in 57% of the snaps. In the last 2 years, he's been in 90%.
Yeah.
And he's getting to that point where it would behoove him to drop back down to only half of it. And I bet you only playing half the time, he still gets 8-9 sacks. So, it's...
I think
they're rebuilding this thing brick by brick, and it's tough in one aspect. I wish anybody who leaves nothing but the best.
Yeah, and you nailed it. You said it's team first and player second. And I've mentioned this to you before. I mentioned this to Anthony before. I look at the New England model, and except for Brady and Belichick, everybody else is pretty much expendable. And you hate to say that because you do fall in love with these players, but at the same time, I want my team back to competing for a Super Bowl. And last year they didn't even compete for a Super Bowl.
Brock and Salt. No, not Brock and Salt. Yeah, it was Brock and Salt. They had somebody on yesterday. Who's part of the media now. He used to be, who was he? He used to be a GM in the NFL. And he basically, it was a good point that he made about the Sherman thing was that Pete's model has always been you have an absolute game changer at free safety. Like Earl Thomas, someone who's flash, can fly, can cover the over the top and save you when they need to, and that's Earl Thomas. And then the other part of that model is to have cornerbacks on each side that are strong, lengthy, rangy, that can jam you and play physical, and then over the stay with you enough over the top that it gives Earl a chance to catch up.
Right.
That we caught lightning in a bottle with Richard Sherman.
Yep.
We got Richard Sherman not because we thought he was going to be a future Hall of Famer. They got Richard Sherman because he fit that mold of being tall, rangy, he could jam people to the line, and then Earl could be the safety valve.
Yep.
And so I think they're just getting to the point where they're like, hey, we can find that somewhere else. It might not be Sherman, but to fit the mold, you know. And I think that's what they're getting back to. And they're going to pay Earl Thomas. They're going to pay Earl Thomas. So I mean that's obvious. So
I agree.
That was a long. I could talk off.
Well, we're passionate about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely passionate about football. We've lost a lot of people. Tommy Nance is on here.
A lot of people. We went from 15 to 2. They're like,
yeah,
these guys.
See, now this is weird. We talk about real estate and we're up to 10 people. We started talking about sports.
Last week was the opposite. We were talking real estate and like crickets.
Yeah.
We started talking about life and sports, and all of a sudden half our Facebook family was watching. Yeah.
Can I take us on a tangent for a second?
Please.
Okay, so you see that sign out there?
Another tangent?
2-hour parking.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you see a sign right there that says 15-minute parking, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So does that mean just that spot right there is?
I think so.
Oh, that's not good.
That car's been there a minute, huh?
That car's been there a little bit of time.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's 2 hours from that pole down.
That's what I was thinking.
So if you come down here, the first spot on 2nd Street is 15 minutes.
They need to redo that because that is deceptive.
It's pretty
Because I would
deceiving.
have thought that too.
Yeah. Okay. Moving along.
All right.
Next question. What is your...
Tracy's on here. Good morning, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy. What is your favorite app?
Like appetizer?
Yeah. Let's answer both.
Okay.
Favorite appetizer?
Oh, look. They're leaving. Good.
No. Sports and houses, both. Yeah, girl, Katie. Favorite appetizer? I'm guessing they mean on a phone. But let's answer them both.
Yeah.
Favorite appetizer at a restaurant? The loaded ram chips at the Ram. With that chive ranch.
Yeah.
So good.
That's pretty good. You know, appetizer. I do like the loaded ram chips.
That was the...
Yeah.
She was there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was a
We
great...
should have towed her.
That was a great California stop, by the way.
Yeah, we should have towed her.
Sorry, we're generally nice people, but...
Catch us in the right moment.
Okay,
when you're illegally parking in our city.
You know what I really like is the... Because I got the Ram on the mind still, is the pretzel, cheese pretzels.
Those are good.
Those are good.
Those are good. None of these are healthy for you, by the way.
No. What other appetizers out there? I'm trying to think what it...
You know what I used to really love is the mozzarella sticks at Red Robin.
Yep.
Those are really good. They changed them a little bit, though. They're like smaller.
Well, that's what I've noticed, too.
I'll let you know if I need something smaller if I'm watching my diet. You just keep bringing the mozzarella sticks as they were.
You know, the other thing I really like is that spinach and cheese dip.
That artichoke spinach artichoke dip.
Yes, I can eat that
Rachel
all day.
loves that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's one of those things when I hear the name, I'm like, spinach artichoke. No
I know.
thanks. And then I dip and chip in once, I'm like, get in my belly.
Yes, exactly. Apps on your phone. What's your favorite app on your phone? That's a good question.
What's the most used one? Facebook.
Yeah. I did that for 6 weeks. I found out that I think it was my Gmail app was the app I used the most. Because there's no way, there's not any way to tell. So I did my own little unscientific study and found out that my Gmail app is the one I use the
My
most.
banking app.
Oh look, another 15-minute Parker. Good luck with that.
And they're pulling in the wrong way.
You do you.
I'm gonna go yell at him. I'll be back.
Like my buddy Dane says, you do you, boo.
You do you. Don't ever say that again. You ever say that to me? We're gonna have to fight.
Oh my gosh. My head's spinning. I'm laughing too hard.
I don't know. I know which ones I use a lot. Which one do I like the most? Maybe Netflix app?
Yeah?
Maybe Netflix app or my Audible app. I can listen to books.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good. Okay, if you took all the apps off your phone what is the very first app you put on there?
Probably my Gmail app. I need my email.
Yeah.
Only for work.
I don't think she's going to be here for 15 minutes. What do you think?
Girl, settle in for the long haul. She's got her yoga mat, a pillow, a freaking sleep shell.
Yeah, I'd have to say Gmail as well. Yeah, I think
It's
that
not
would be
necessarily my favorite, but
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
I go on
guess
streaks, man.
My favorite right now is I would say it's an app that helps me with my sleeping.
The alarm?
No.
Or the Calm app?
No, this app
like the
actually,
Calm app.
this app will kind of give me an idea of when I go into deep sleep and kind of give me an idea of how long I do deep sleep and
For
everything.
that whole half an hour?
Yeah. But I can tell you last night, dude, I went to bed 9:30.
I know.
Super early for me.
Usually he's texting me like 1 in the morning. I
Yeah.
texted him at like 9:45 last night. Are you still up?
Yeah.
Crickets.
I responded to you.
Yeah, this morning it's 7:30 or 8. Nope. Yeah, figures, buddy.
Okay. Jacob and Puyallup, is that the mayor? Did
That is
the mayor send us?
The mayor and I were just talking about this, and so I threw it on there.
Jacob Hall, the mayor of Puyallup, the unofficial mayor of Puyallup. I don't want to have,
If we could get that guy to run for office, I think he'd win in a landslide. I want to be his campaign manager because it'd be
shaking
the
hands,
easiest job ever.
kids and babies. Oh,
I
yeah.
just do it from home. Yeah.
So what do you think he's going to win? Take a look.
Yeah, I know. You just sit down here. This is where you conduct City Hall.
See, I used to, side note, when I came into Anthem, probably in the last 2 or 3 years, it hasn't been like this, but before that, I used to come into Anthem, and I used to be Norm from Cheers. Every time I come in, Rory, how's it going? Now when Jacob is here,
And he's never paid his bill, just like Norm from Cheers. That's why we have to sit over here in the corner.
are you gonna pay up your bill today, Norm?
Yeah.
No, maybe when the hell freezes
Put
over.
it on my tab. They always kept serving him too, which is great.
So, anyways, he wants to know: are you excited to see Ichiro come back? I'll let you go first.
Yes. I got an argument, well, I don't want to say an argument, a polite disagreement yesterday with somebody on this, and they were like, great, more of the same, and reaching into it. Look, man, Ichiro, here's the difference. When he left, whatever that was, 7 years ago, I don't want to say he'd worn out his welcome, because I didn't care. People get so worried about, like, well, he doesn't talk to the media enough, or he's kind of who cares? Like, that's not his job.
The media cares, and that's what drives us.
And I have friends and family who are like, oh, he never talks to the media, blah, blah, blah. Like, just because you want access into his life doesn't mean that he has to give it to you. Enjoy what he does on the field and that artistry. And look, they had to trade him when they did, because there's no way you could take Ichiro, maybe the second most important player in our history, behind the kid, the jersey I'm wearing right now. There's no way you could just take him when he was having a rough year and bench him and bring up young talent. You had to move him in order to do that. And the cool thing was, and I don't think enough people gave him credit for, is he knew that. He understood that, and he was cool with it. And he encouraged it. He was like, this is the right thing for both of us. And the difference is now is that Ichiro is a role player. He's a guy you bring off the bench, and he knows that, and he's okay with it. And he's okay filling in when he can. He just wants to play baseball. And if a guy can contribute and he's meant that much to your franchise, I welcome him back with open arms. As a 44-year-old man, he is still hitting. Year before last, he hit well over 300 as a 42-year-old. Last year as a 43-year-old, he started out rough the first half of the year, but then finished off the second half of the year hitting 315. He's still hitting at a high level.
Yeah.
And so we're not talking about bringing him in, putting him in right field forever.
Right.
Like, bottom line, Ben Gamble's hurt right now. He's not going to be there for opening day. Now you get to trot out one of the greats and a future Hall of Famer down that red carpet that they roll out of right center field to play left field on opening day. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a mob of media, Japanese media, and all that kind of stuff. But end of the day, can he help you? Yeah. And I think he can help you more than just on the field. There are players like David Phelps, who has played with him in New York and in Miami, and now going to be here, and Dee Gordon, who are just beside themselves with joy yesterday. They were at the press conference. They were excited because they said, look, watching this guy day in and day out shows you how to play the game and how to prepare. And they said he's been an incredible teammate, and I just think, you know, we got a lot of young players. And if you're 24 years old, 25, some of these outfielders, and you have these young kids, and they look across the field and they see a guy who's 44 years old putting in more work than anybody they've ever seen, how is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
Especially if he's not demanding playing time, he just wants to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Sorry, I just went off, but I'm excited.
I love it. You know what? You sold me. Because when I heard yesterday that he was being signed by the Mariners, I wasn't so much, more of the same. I was just more of, you know, I don't know exactly what I thought, but hearing your argument, I'm like, okay, I'm a little fired up for him to be here now. Not super fired up, but you know what?
The thing was, did you see the press conference yesterday? He was fired up. Like, he was excited about it. He was excited to be here. And
you know what? And like you said, if you've got a 44-year-old man who's super excited, who's got an awesome work ethic, you got young guys looking at him going, dang.
There's some stories. Get on ESPN.com. There's an article out right now on Ichiro. We saw it yesterday and I actually read it last night. That shares some of the legend stories of his workouts and what he's doing and how his wife. So they have always resided in Seattle.
Yeah.
His wife will stay in Seattle and he'll go to Japan in the off season for a couple months just to work out because he's afraid that being around his wife and being so will break his focus and concentration. And so he goes and just completely isolates himself. There's stories about how people would see him in Central Park if he was in New York. He'd be in Central Park hitting balls into a net.
Oh wow!
You know, or practicing throws, and it's really cool that work ethic. I don't care how old you are, if you can still play, you can still play. Remember back in the day, no one mattered. George Blanda played in the NFL until he was like 50 years old. No one cared as long as he could play.
Yeah, as long as you can play.
We automatically tag people now based on their age. You know, it's like, without knowing. Yes, granted, for the most part, that's true. But
you know what's really,
like you and I at our age,
you know what's really strange
spot
for me
on
is to see guys in the NFL who have retired and are now in the Hall of Fame and they're the same age as me.
Oh man,
that makes me go, wait, what? Or like when you hear broadcasters, like when Peyton Manning was starting to come towards the end of his career, I'm like, oh yeah, he's an old man, he's over the hill, and I'm like, dude's 38.
Yeah.
I'm 38.
Well, we were just talking about Michael Bennett. Boy's getting up there. Yeah. Career's coming. I'm like 6 years older than him. I don't feel like it. When I'm around him, I still look at these, football players and stuff like they're freaking gods. Because I'm such a fanboy. But no, you know what? The other thing too is that a guy like Ichiro, he never relied on power and all that kind of stuff. It was all about
mechanics,
and he's changed it too a little bit because it used to be he could run out those infield singles, and he's a step slower now, so he can't do it as much as he used to. So he's changed a little bit how he hits.
Yeah.
And it hasn't affected him as much. He never relied on the athleticism as he did the mechanics and the skill set. So throw him out there, man. Welcome home, buddy. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
All right, we got to finish this bad boy up.
I don't like to finish. I want to do this all day.
I know. You know what the cool thing is look at the battery this week. Because I charged it, look at that. It's like at 63%. We could go literally another hour.
Strap in, folks.
All right, we got some cool announcements that we want to share with you guys. We still got at least 3 people on here. And hopefully people will come back and watch this.
Yeah.
I mean, we can hope they would.
They actually have. I've actually been pleasantly
I've been stunned.
Excited, man.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. He shared with me some stories that you guys have shared with him this past week.
I ran into someone the other day that I didn't know her from.
We're just 2 knuckleheads.
Adam, and she's like, "Hey, you're the guy from Tahoma Homes." I'm like, "Me? I am. How do you know that?"
Hey, you're those guys.
Yeah.
And whenever I hear stuff like that, I always think like Austin Powers, where the person goes, "Hey, it's you." Or
yeah.
no, what's he says? "Hey there." What does he say?
Hey, you, the you.
Oh my gosh! You know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's been so long since I saw that.
No, but you're there.
But hey,
we appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. We appreciate the love.
We watch this and we see this number right there.
Yep.
And then we look at it later in the day and it's like 727 people have viewed your video. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then we've had some cool things happen in the last week.
Popo.
Lainey, my daughter, saw a cop go by the other day. She said, I posted on Facebook.
How old is she?
She's 9.
Yeah.
And she said, "Hey Dad, watch out, it's a Popo." I was like, I looked in the back seat, I'm like, I'm riding with the OG here. Picture me rolling.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Look, someone's gonna get tagged. Oh, you just got tagged.
She is on it, dude.
Now, what I want to know, is she going to come back here in 15 minutes and give them a ticket?
I don't know. We might still be here.
This is the ongoing drama behind the scenes of Under Contract.
Yeah.
This is the second time we've seen her go around, so she's on it today.
Yeah. City of Puyallup.
All right,
Beware.
So we got some announcements for you guys. I'll let you talk about the first one because this one is really, really cool.
Up my alley.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so those of you who know me, I'm an absolute fanatic for college basketball, especially March Madness. It's starting next week, so my buddy Brendan and I, we went to PLU together, and we don't talk the entire year, but the moment March Madness stops, we're constant, like, back and forth on our phones. And so, Brendan, if you see this, if not, I'm going to holler at you later, but we're really excited. We just decided we're going to make it a day. So next Thursday, starting at like 9 in the morning.
Yep.
We're going to be at the Ram up Southfield because they have the biggest and most screens.
Now, is the Ram open that early for March Madness?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll double check it.
Okay.
Well, the moment they open, we'll be there.
Stay tuned. We'll have an actual post, and we'll let you guys know and all that. But yeah, continue.
We're going to be up there and watching the madness unfold. I think we're really set up for a really fun tournament this year. And so, all day. We're going to be there all day. Anybody who wants to come by and join us, first beer's on us.
Yep, we'll buy the first beer.
Or Coke, whatever you,
yep.
You know, or tea, or whatever you want. We got it. So the first one's on us. We'll be there all day watching basketball. Come by, hang out with us. We're probably going to do a show from there.
Yep.
I don't know how long it'll be, but because
I don't know if Kevin's still on here, but Kevin, that's part of what you're going to be doing on next Thursday.
Yeah. So it's going to be
You're
fun.
being voluntold.
Yeah. And you're responsible for buying the beer.
Yep. Kevin's buying all the beer.
We're going. First beer's on us via Kevin. Next Thursday, the Ram South.
Surprise, Kevin.
Up on the hill in Puyallup by the mall. That's where we're going to be all day, watching the tournament and hanging out with you guys, hopefully. So come on by. In conjunction with that, we're going to have our own tournament bracket.
Yep.
We're calling it Tahoma Tourney Challenge. We'll get more information on that next couple of days. And
when do the brackets come out? Next Sunday?
They come out Sunday or Monday. Yeah.
I think it's Sunday because I think the final games are Saturday night.
Selection committees on Sunday, selection Sunday. So late Sunday we'll get brackets.
Yeah.
And so we're going to pump it out there for you guys. And we'd like to get a big bracket. And we're going to have a really cool sports ticket-related prize for the winner of our tournament. So stand by for more information on that in the next few days. So we're excited. March Madness. You might not be able to get a hold of me for like 3 weeks. So I'll just be coma. I'll be in a coma.
Yeah. And if you guys want to talk basketball, this guy. I'm a basketball fan, but if you want to talk to X's and O's and how to fight,
so excited.
that guy right there.
These guys.
You want to know war stories from high school? He's kind of like the Uncle Rico of basketball. I can still ball. I can still do it.
I can jump over that guy right there. I hit that shot.
Oh,
the problem is that
look, our 15-minute person's moving.
The problem is that when you get I thought she was going to take her head off. The problem is when you get to my age or our age, in my mind I can still do what I could do when I was 22.
Yeah.
So when I'm at the Y hooping or something, I'm still talking trash like I was 22, but I can't back it up. But I don't realize that until like an hour into the whole thing. And then it's just frustrating, and I'm like, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
You're on the sidelines, your calves are burning, your arches are falling.
When I'm coaching or whatever, they're like, hey coach, you can dunk, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, go for it. I'm like, oh, you mean right now? I don't have gym shoes on, I'm in my loafers.
Yeah, he's a baller. So stay tuned. We'll get information for both those things out. We're going to set this up through ESPN, so we'll actually have a thing where you guys can go into the app, register, and you'll be under our tourney challenge. And like you said, sports themed prize, and we'll get you guys some
involving
information
tickets.
Yep,
it's gonna be cool.
Hey, can I enter the contest?
You can enter it. You can't win. I mean, I'm going to be in it.
I'll have Ryan enter.
But we can't win.
Who knows nothing about basketball?
Weird. Yeah. So anywho,
all right. What else we got?
Look, we kind of got to speed up here, I think, but we've been on for a while.
Yeah, we have.
We just want to say hi to Carl, Eric, and Brandy. Some new clients we've met with in the last week. That Rory and I are excited about because we're always excited, but gosh, we've just really been hooking up with some clients that are just like
Cool.
We enjoy being around, which just makes it all the better. So.
Real quick, Carl. What's Carl got going on Sunday?
Carl, good to see you. Carl. If Casey watches this, he'll laugh when that happens. And Anchor. So Carl, our buddy Carl, is doing the Columbia Tower stair hike for the firefighter, and he self-proclaimed to us that he jumped in it and then realized, oh my God, what have I got myself into? Because he filled somebody's spot like kind of last minute, and he hadn't been training for it. But being as he's got a heart of gold and he's the man that he is, he was picking up the hose and he's going for it. So we put a link on our page, and we're going to blast it a couple more times today and tomorrow. If you can, $5-10, whatever you can, support Carl, support a great cause. And along the great cause, if I could, a moment.
Yes.
Family, trying to hold this together. My cousin, Tacey, very near and dear to my heart. I love her to death. A wonderful single mom. She's down in Texas now. She used to be up here, and I'm always close with her growing up. Close with her oldest boy. I love her to death. She's battling stage 4 cancer right now, and she's staying positive and she's staying cool, and she's got a lot of treatments going on that cost a lot of money. So she's got a You Caring Fund out there. I'm going to blast it on my page and on the Tahoma Homes page, and Rory's going to put it out there. And look, say a prayer. If you got a few bucks, you can throw her way to help her out. She's a single mom, not the money to deal with this, and which is unfortunate. So she's got a battle ahead, and we're here to support her. So we're going to put that out there, and if any of you can throw a couple dollars at her, I'd greatly appreciate it. So Casey, we love you.
Yep.
Keep fighting, sweetie. If there's anything else you can do, please reach out. So, all right, moving along. Before I cry.
Yeah.
Congratulations are in order to our good friend, my good friends. Right, I don't think you've met Paul and Shauna yet.
No, I'd like to though.
Yeah, so Shauna Carlson, Backinson Carlson, her parents were my godparents, and my parents were her godparents, so they were best friends before we were even born, and we stayed friends. We disconnected for a while and came back together in our adult lives, and they have kids, we have kids. Anyway, she's awesome. She's one of my biggest supporters, has been over the years. And, her and her husband Paul welcomed their second child into the world on March 1st.
Congratulations.
Beautiful baby, Catriona.
That is a beautiful name.
Right? I like it. She's adorable. We got to go see her last weekend, right? Day after she's born or whatever, 2 days after she's born, and give her some sugar. So congratulations. We love you. Congrats. She's absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
Moving along.
We got some birthdays in this next week here. First and foremost, my boy, the young man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ryan Pitts is 13 today, and he's already 13. You know how we always kind of bring it down to what time were you born?
Oh, yeah.
He was born early in the morning, and I remember the day we were in St. Joe's. It was a beautiful sunrise. I actually took a picture of the sunrise.
St. Joe's in Tacoma?
Yeah, St. Joe's in Tacoma. Yeah,
Those are two of mine.
And Mr. Ryan, I've got video of him screaming his lungs out when he came into the world.
And yesterday.
Yeah. And you know what, that boy, I posted something earlier. He is the best part of me. He has taught me love, patience, humility, humor. I mean, just the whole gamut. Great kid.
Great kid.
I got to give Christy a ton of credit for getting him in the right direction.
Nothing to do with you.
Not really. I mean, honestly, I can only do so much, but Christy's done a fantastic job of getting that boy to where he's at. I mean, as many people know, he is on the autism spectrum, and when we first got the diagnosis, it was quite a shock because we didn't know. We had ideas.
No one is like equipped for that.
No.
Yeah.
And you have your own notions of what autism is until you actually are thrown into that. And then
that being said, unless you would have told me that, would have never known. He's such a amazing, like well-adjusted and funny kid.
That's the thing is we started going to different Autism Speaks events and charities and stuff like that, and we realized early on how blessed we were because we saw kids that were much higher on the spectrum, and I've heard stories, and it makes my heart break to hear the pain that parents go through.
Yeah.
With that said, like you said, Ryan, the only thing you know is that he really doesn't have a filter, which is it's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely refreshing. Because he'll say things to Kaylee or he'll say things to Christy or to me, and it's just like, Ryan, have a little tact.
Totally
dude.
innocent though. Yeah.
Like he'll say something like, it's like you're putting on some weight.
But
He said that to me one day.
Maybe my dad's on the spectrum.
He's like, Dad, you know why you're breathing heavy? Because you're fat. Thanks, buddy. Smart kid. I love you a ton, Ryan. And I don't know if you're still watching, buddy, but you have my heart, kid, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. You have gone above and beyond my expectations, and it's beautiful.
Just hire us someday with whatever you're doing. Promise us a job.
Yes.
Happy birthday, kid.
Kathy Russell, Michael Mosley, Carl Young, Matt Hughes, Melanie Resnick, Michelle Fuller, Renee Fabry, Matt Reeves, Sean Werner. Whoa, you went too far. Ron Flanagan, Morgan Bestie, my Aunt Mary Reddington lives down in Oregon, Michael Smith, Jeff Nusser, Jennifer Lindsay, who moved back to the state of Washington. It is now living, just about ready to live in their own house. You know what? We should probably do under contract on site out there sometime.
That would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
At the compound? At the Reynolds compound?
We'd have no signal.
None whatsoever. You got to get Wi-Fi, Jen.
So
this is a great story.
Coming up, Jen.
Just real quick, yeah, our good friends, Jeff and Jen and Scotty. We all grew up. They had the compound. It was Grandma, Uncle Pat, and Buzz and Nones. And then when they got older, Buzz and Nones sold the house. And then we come back around, and these years later, Jennifer and Donnie were able to buy it back, and they're renovating it right now and doing some awesome things. And I told her last week on Facebook how, like through tears, how much I think it meant to me, and it means to a lot of people, because that house and that compound out there on Rocky Bay meant so much to so many of us. So glad they're back, and glad that they got that.
Yeah,
home.
we'll have to talk to them and see if they'd be interested in doing something like that once they're all done.
Yeah.
The missus is on here. Good morning, Rachel.
Hello, love.
We got Devin Quinn, Mark Volano, Shannon Tracy, Christy Comer,
happy birthday.
Ben Evans, and Joey Patterson all have a birthday here in the next week. So happy birthday to you guys. You don't look a day over 18. We look a day over 45. So happy birthday to you guys. One final thing here. I think it's one final thing. Let's see.
Oh, you got the sound.
Yep, one final thing. So one final thing here. Katie's going to be there on Saturday. But if you are out there and you are interested about finding out what it's like to buy a house, we actually have a first-time homebuyer class this Saturday. So Saturday, March 10th.
Taught by this guy.
Yep, I'm going to be out there.
Only.
Megan Wentland, Megan might still be on here because there's still quite a few people.
Yeah.
But if Megan, if you're on here, give us, say hi. I'm still here. But I'll be doing the class with Megan. I'll be doing the class with Kevin. Kevin's going to be there and talk about home insurance. So we're super excited. We've got, I think, 5 couples that are going to be there right now, but we still have plenty of slots left.
Free lunch.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's free lunch. You learn about the home buying process from the beginning to the end. Yep, Katie's going to be there.
Yay.
We're going to talk about budgeting before you buy the house, all the way through budgeting for maintenance items. Because one thing people don't realize, especially first-time home buyers, that guess what? When the refrigerator goes out or the garbage disposal goes out, you don't call the landlord. You just look in the mirror. So you got to make sure you've got the funds to be able to take care of
I remember when I
those
bought my first house, I picked up the phone like, oh wait.
Christy's still on here. Ryan has come a long way. I'm thankful to God. He saw what you said. Have a good day, you guys. Love you, Ryan.
Christy.
Love you so much. I'll see you later, buddy.
And Christy. We love Christy.
Oh, gosh, yes. Christy has been amazing.
Yeah.
Just been amazing.
What a great mom.
Let me tell you, in less than a week, she's got the house just about done.
Of course she does.
And to see it Saturday night, it was a disaster. Third class is a charm.
Absolutely. So anyway, Saturday, if you got nothing going on, he'll be doing that.
Yes,
Outside
absolutely.
of that, I think that's it. We went a long time today. There was a lot to talk about.
We rocked it, dude. We've gone over an hour today. It's probably our longest show.
For all of you who jumped in, thanks so much. We love you. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yep.
Rory, you got your tagline, right?
I do. I got it. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Thanks for joining us again today. Make sure you go out there this next week and perk up somebody's day.
Give someone a hug.
We will see you guys. Aww. that was disturbing.
Bye.
We will see you guys next week from the Ram. Can I say March Madness?
Yes.
March Madness. We'll see you at the Ram next week. Come join us. Take care, you guys.